If you're ready for a late night esports slash MLB prize picks banger, then I have just the play for you. I have a 5-pick entry on prize picks that I found using the DFS Optimizer. All 5 of these plays are mathematically profitable. Absolutely love them, which we'll obviously get into. Real quick, before we get into the individual plays, just a couple notes, something to keep in mind. When you are using prize picks, generally the best bang for your buck, the best value is going to be 5 or 6 pick options. For this specific video, I'm going with a 5-pick option because I found 5 that I really liked. If there was a 6th one that I found, I would play 6, but in this case, I only found 5. It's just the best bang for your buck in terms of the payouts and everything. That's why it has the best value. And then another thing to note about prize picks is these payouts that you see on the screen here. 5 correct, 10x, $20 to win 200. Well, these payouts are the exact same regardless of the individual plays that you have. So as we can see here, this last play is a less than. If I change it to more than, payouts the exact same. We see a strikeout prop. Right now we have it at less than. Let's change it to more than. Same exact payout. So when you're using prize picks, really, it's as simple as this. You're looking for plays that the sportsbooks are telling you are likely to hit. It really is as simple as that. But if you think about it, like if you look at plays that all the sportsbooks have, -146, -150, -173, -143, -145, they deem this play likely to hit. So they're charging extra juice on it. But as we just learned, PrizePicks doesn't do that. So if you can find plays that literally, as simple as that, are likely to hit, they'll be good to put into PrizePicks. And that's why I love using the Daily Grind DFS Optimizer, because it puts it all on one screen for you. It makes it incredibly easy. You go player name, that's obviously the player that you're the prop you're taking, the player. The stat is the stat that you're taking. The O/U is whether you're taking the over or the under, as you can see. And then the prize picks line and the sportsbook line. This is important, which I will get into when I'm talking about the first play. And then the percent odds to hit and the DGF line here is also important because the way it works is DGF calculates what they deem to be the true line of a market. In this first one, which is actually a play that we're taking, is at -248. Then you just convert that to a percent, and that's where you get the odds to hit. So this first play, which we can get right into, is an esports play. Cheyenne, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, to be honest, don't need to know. More than 8 maps, 1 and 2 kills. As we can see here, Cheyenne, stat is maps, first 2, so maps 1 and 2 player kills. We're taking the over 8. Now, here's where we're going to get into the prize picks line versus the sportsbook line. So PrizePicks has this over-under at 8, as we saw right here. Well, the sportsbooks have this over-under 3.5 stats higher at 11.5. So despite the fact that we generally don't have odds for this specific one at 8, we can automatically assume, in this case it's okay to assume, that the sportsbooks are going to have the over 8 as the heavily favored scenario because they have it priced all the way up at 11.5. If they thought that this should be priced closer to 8, then they would price it closer to 8. So you can find some insane discrepancies in situations such as this, where again, PrizePicks has it at 8, Sportsbook has it at 11.5. That's a clear over. DGF calculates this at -248, giving us a percent odds to hit just below 65 at 64.84%. Absolute incredible value on this one as our first play. Now, these next 3 all look good as well, but they're all on the Mammoth team, and PrizePicks doesn't let you have entries with the same players on the same team, I should say. So I had to avoid those. But for whatever reason, if this first one's no longer available, these next 3 are also great. But the next one that we are locking in is another esports play. This one is CSGO, and we're taking Nosra C to go less than 35.5 maps, 1 and 2 kills. So the play we see down here, Nosra C under 35.5 maps, 1 and 2 kills. This is the same concept. It's a line discrepancy between PrizePicks and the sportsbooks, where we are taking it to go under 35.5 when the sportsbooks have it at 33.5. So DGF calculates the true line of this bad boy to be at -150, converting to a win percentage of 54.6%. So above the break-even point, which is right around 54.5, 54.4. But we're going to end up playing this MLB one, sneak preview, that's 54.3. That's yellow, even though it's slightly below the individual break-even percentage because I have one all the way up at 65%. So my entry, my full entry, is well above the 54.5 number, which makes it profitable. But we'll get to that one. So that's our second play, Nos Reci. Our third play is another League of Legends one. This is Chirp to go less than 4.5 maps 1 and 2 kills. So we see Chirp right here, under 4.5 first 2 maps kills. It's the same thing, maps 1 and 2. It's another line discrepancy where PrizePicks has this at 4.5. The sportsbooks have it at 4. So naturally we're taking the under because the sportsbooks have it priced below the number that we are getting at. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you understand the concept here. Where I do want to spend more time is on this Paul Blackburn one. So we're taking under 4.5. Sportsbooks have it under 4.5. But the reason why this is a play is, as I mentioned earlier, look where all the sportsbooks have this priced. Minus 151, minus 134, minus 135. You can see on the screen here how likely the sportsbooks have it to occur, which makes it a profitable entry on PrizePicks, right? Like, we could take both the over or the under here. But why in the world would we take the over when all the sportsbooks have the under so heavily juiced, so heavily likely to occur, for lack of a better word? So this is not an example of a line discrepancy that we've been playing. This is an example of an odds discrepancy where the implied odds that PrizePicks is offering is an outlier compared to every other book. Like, PrizePicks prices it at about minus 119. That's what the implied odds of a 5 and 6 pick flex is. And as we can see, most books have this in the minus 130s up to minus 150, with only one book having it close at minus 117. So that's our fourth play that we are adding, Paul Blackburn less than 4.5 strikeouts. And our last pick of the evening is Pradith, our fifth and final, to go less than 13 maps 1 and 2 kills. So we see Pradith up here under 13. This is another example of a line discrepancy. The sportsbooks have it at 11.5. We're taking under 13. That makes it a profitable entry with the DGF line at minus 162, 56.36% win percentage. So all the plays are above the break-even point of about 54.5, 54.4%. And we get one all the way over 60, just about 65%, which is great. And here's our 5-pick entry. When we get all these correct, we'll 10x our money. If you are tailing, make sure to comment and let me know. Other than that, remember to like the video, subscribe to the DGF YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.